Hi, I am Nickyack Clements, and no intro on this one. Well, no, I want some kind of intro. Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure how exciting these kind of videos are going to be, because for the most part, it's just going to be me sitting here talking for a bit. So no hard feelings if you want to click away. Wow, really? All of you? Okay, well, to the one person still watching, hi Mom. So why am I just sitting here talking? Well, today, this week, I'm editing a wedding video. Well, trying to anyway. With all this stuff in the way, it's a little hard to see what I'm doing. So yeah, trying to edit a wedding. A wedding I filmed in 2016. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's one of 3 unedited weddings sitting on my hard drive. One of which is my own from 2014. There's a lot of excuses, but none of them acceptable. I filmed a lot of weddings over my career, and every one an extremely different experience, but always a struggle. Partly because I always try and do more. The first one I filmed was in 1998, and the final product was on a VHS tape, when my editing capabilities were no more than 2 VCRs connected to each other. No, I'm not pulling a typewriter on this one. VCR, look it up. Ignorance of old technology is unacceptable. History is important. I'm 32. What? And I know and knew about technology way before my time. Like those videos of the kids trying to use the rotary phone. I don't find those funny. The videos are just dumb. Like, first off, kid, you're smarter than that. You can work a $1,000 cell phone, open an app, and know how to run it within 30 seconds. Just apply that same logic and reason. Look at these old things, most of them not complicated at all, and figure out how they work. Like, you ever wonder why we say dial the phone? It's because you used to literally have to turn the dial. This was supposed to be my rotary phone, but I forgot it at my office. Hey look, they made the phone icon into a real thing. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I used to edit with 2 VCRs connected to each other, and that's how you also made bootleg copies back in the day. Anyway, apparently I felt that just the footage alone wasn't enough, so I added claymation.
Thank goodness it was just a rehearsal. Yeah.
Now, I really don't remember doing it. I mean, I see the evidence of it being done, and I have memories generated from that evidence, but I can't really remember my motivation as to why, other than I was really into claymation at the time. But I definitely, for the life of me, couldn't tell you why I did it in the bathroom on the toilet.
If you need to take a bathroom break, I suggest you do that right about now. Thank you.
Although I did just film my channel trailer in the bathtub, so who knows? Eventually digital editing entered the picture, and that changed everything. But with that also came multiple cameras, and I like to have as many cameras going as possible so that no matter what, I at least have some kind of shot. That's why I don't like doing live events, because you only get one chance. You only get one shot! If you miss something, there's no going back or asking everyone to do it again. That's why wedding photography was never even a consideration for me. If you take the shot too late or you're out of focus, you're done. It's way too much stress for me. Videoing a wedding isn't much better, but at least there's way more room for error. Now, multiple cameras, external audio sources, that means syncing. And nowadays, there's software like Pluralize, which makes magic work for the process. It's crazy. But in the old days, you were stuck looking at timecode and waveforms. I tried to come up with ways to make syncing easier, like filming a stopwatch at the beginning of each recording so I'd have some frame of reference, but once you get going, any intention or extra thing you want to do pretty much just goes out the window, and your only thought is get the shot, and everything else is just worry about it in post. But once it's filmed, once it's in the computer, once it is synced, the biggest hurdle yet. It's boring. It's boring to edit a wedding video. So I would find ways to make it more interesting. Now I upgraded from toilet seat claymation and got in the habit of doing what I eventually dubbed the Essence Edit, a montage music video-like piece that encapsulates the highlights of the wedding. So that's a part of it that I can actually get excited about and look forward to doing. A majority of them I've put to Angels and Airwaves songs. Their music just seems to lend itself to that application really well, and it's something I can listen to over and over and not get sick of. And for songs where the lyrics might not fit quite right or aren't appropriate, there's instrumental versions of all their songs, which is perfect. I would also go all out for the DVD, motion menus and intro videos, 3D modeling an entire church. Always doing way more than necessary. I even tried to go above and beyond with the packaging. Like this one that I turned into a photo album. Printing out frames from the video as pictures and mounting the DVD on the inside cover. The wedding I'm currently working on will most likely be delivered on one of these, a flash drive. I can't remember the last time I actually burned a DVD, let alone if I could get Encore up and running. Adobe Encore was Adobe's premier DVD editing software. It was a great program, but it was discontinued in 2012, and nothing has really taken its place. Nothing that I'm aware of, anyway. Although, I'm not sure what the industry currently uses to make DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm not sure what Blu-rays are even like currently. I haven't seen one in so long. I don't know if they've kept advancing. I know they were getting pretty fancy with online connectivity and downloadable content. So I don't know if they're crazy fancy now, or if they've completely regressed and are just like a picture and a play button. So yeah, especially now, I think a H.264 MPEG on a flash drive will suffice. So I think that's enough rambling and a brief history on my adventures in filming weddings. However, I will leave you with this quick trick involving the amazing built-in plugin for Premiere and After Effects, Warp Stabilizer. Warp Stabilizer, it's not an end-all solution, but when it works, and in this case, it worked great. I screen captured some Google Earth footage just using Camtasia, which came out unfortunately choppy. But simply applying Warp Stabilizer to the capture smoothed it out to damn near perfection. Now again, this isn't an end-all solution. This won't work for every case. You can see that as we get too close, the trees start to wiggle. So you have to move slowly, and the perspective you try to capture may or may not lend itself to this Warp Stabilizer fix. But for something quick and simple, this is a nice little trick to keep in your arsenal. Otherwise, you'll have to look into different capture software, or possibly just tweaking settings in Camtasia could eliminate the jitter in the capture altogether. Or use an external recorder, Like this Atmos that I used to capture the demonstration of the Cam Studio capture. Meta. But if I have this thing, why didn't you just... Laziness and impatience. Look at you every time. Meta. By the way I'm getting those movements in Google Earth is by using a 3D mouse. This is by a company called 3D Connection, and it's basically like a giant thumbstick on a heavy base. You can pull it up and push it down and move it in all different directions so you can navigate things like Google Earth, Google Maps, and a lot of other programs. So it's great for getting drone-like shots where you're panning, tilting, and rotating all at the same time, which would be hard to do with just a mouse. Now if you don't have a 3D mouse, I'm not positive, but I think you can plug in like an Xbox controller and navigate Google Earth in a similar way. But with that, my sincere thank you for watching. Once again, I am Nick D. Clements. If you're wondering, Nick is short for Nicholas, and the D stands for Dylan. Anyway, I'm going to be sitting right here and finish editing this wedding, but after that, off to make something else. I said this perfectly, but I didn't record audio, and the audio on this camera is not good enough.